Welcome to Speaking with Confidence, Building a Strong Foundation. My name is Richard F. Doyen, and I'm honored to have you join me today as we talk about how important it is for you to start presentations to help market your business and position yourself as an expert in your field. Today, more importantly than ever, consumers are extremely educated by virtue of having access to computers and have become very knowledgeable. So you as a professional, either in sales, business owner, it is essential for you to start using presentations and learning how to really share with your public, your prospects, your clients, that you are actually an expert in your niche market. Today, we're going to start with the foundations of how you develop that skill. The first thing you need to understand, and you need to process for yourself, is why are you going to do this now? What is the reason that you feel at this point you've decided that you want to learn to enhance your particular skills? Quite often, many people say to me, "Oh, I just wing it." Well, that's wonderful. If you think you're that gifted and you think that you're that confident, go for it. However, I want you to think about this. When you're winging it, how many times do you say, lose track of what you're talking about, rely on notes to really share your knowledge? I ask you to think about that. If you were working with a customer or a professional and they had to rely on notes to share with you information, would you really feel comfortable with that person? It's almost like someone doing surgery on you and having a textbook next to them, reading how the procedures to do it. People want experts. And if you can't talk for 20 minutes doesn't seem like a long time, but 20 minutes can be a long time for those of you that are uncomfortable. But if you can't do that, to talk about your expertise for 20 minutes, are you really projecting to the audience that you're an expert? So when you think about that, it's important for you to look at a number of things. What are your background credentials to validate your importance in that topic or your knowledge in that topic? Or is it a passion? One doesn't have to have credentials like degrees to be perceived as an expert. But if you have a strong passion for something, say for a civic organization that you're so passionate about because either you could relate to the illness that association associates with, or you have a family member and you've done research and you have lived through that pain or that issue as a family member or yourself, that could be the passion that drives you to be a speaker on that particular topic. Many people rely in thinking that it has to be credentials academic. And many people shy away from professional speaking in fear of being judged as, what do you know? Well, you're living it, you know. So it's important for you to establish right in the onset, before we go any depth into developing the skills, is why are you here? And I assume you're here because you're curious and you have a desire to enhance your skills, which is wonderful. Now, there's a number of things you have to think about before you even emerge into writing a speech, is having some knowledge on your own and really starting to document. It's important for you to write notes about what are the things that are key important that you want to share. 20 minutes is not a long time. So you really need to look at how are you going to brace your nerves, because quite frankly, speaking is frightening. Even for us professionals, quite frankly, there's a statement in our profession: the day I'm not nervous is the day I need to retire, because all your information should be fresh and new. So even for us professionals, it's important for us to constantly be reading and putting down notes and developing new content to stay current. It's real easy to relax and just rely on what you know. But if you're not current, are you really an expert? The other thing you need to decide on is, what is the topic that you want to talk about? You may have a lot of different ideas, but you really need to take the main point that you would like to really sell or share and really go deep into that rather than being a generalist. It's much like a doctor. You go to a family doctor, and he knows a lot about a lot of different things. And yet, if you want to have brain surgery, you can go to a brain surgeon because that's his expertise. So you have to also decide, what do you want to be viewed at? Do you want to be a generalist or do you want to be an expert? And whichever you choose, both are viable. Both are very important. Both are very necessary. But those are things that we'll talk about while you're going through this program. So in preparation, you need to do a couple bits of homework. And some of that has to do with you really doing what I call is an internal audit of yourself. To really honestly look in the mirror and address, am I really prepared to do this? Am I willing to invest the time and acknowledge what I don't know? That's a key. So many people get up there and try to talk and they try to be all things that aren't really them. It's about you being sincere and knowing what you know and being honest about what you don't know and being comfortable addressing that, because there's going to be chances where people in the audience may in fact know more than you and you're the one that's doing the presentation. That's okay. That's okay, because what you're offering is your gift.